curator of Yoso Boho. Welcome to my channel. It is Thursday night, and on Thursday night, we usually go thrifting. This Thursday night, I have a thrift haul. I sometimes, when I'm out, especially when I'm alone, I just want to shop. I just want that like retail therapy. I don't want to film, but sometimes I find some good stuff. So I come here and I share with you. Hey, if you missed the announcement on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, I will have a video out. I will do that earlier in the day, but at 8 p.m. over on Kat the Nurse Flippers channel, I will be part of her Resellers podcast. Kat gets together a panel of resellers who all have different kinds of experience. And over the course of a couple of hours, viewers, jump on and ask questions. And it's pretty great, especially if you're into reselling or you are thinking about getting into reselling. Lots of good advice from people who are coming from different perspectives. So if you don't know anything about Kat, if you've been living under a rock, go check out her channel, Kat the Nurse Flipper. She actually has two channels. She has a channel where she shops now, and she has a channel where she really sticks to the reselling information. But yeah, check her out and jump on Tuesday and say hello and see if there's anything that you can learn or glean from the conversations there, especially if you're thinking about reselling. Check it out. So tonight, I'm going to show you a couple of hauls from the Goodwills right near me. I started at the Goodwill out in Cuyahoga Falls. Now this one is getting better and better. They have done some remodeling. They have put up a whole bunch of new shelves. For a while there, I wasn't going because the prices were kind of all over the board and usually high, and they just didn't have a big selection. But both of those things are changing. So I'm excited to kind of put that back into the rotation of things and to go back and check it out. Let's see what I got on this day. First thing I picked up was this really adorable little pocket, perfect size for bills or whatever you want to throw in there, maybe in the kitchen if you have a little bit of red, or anywhere really, maybe right inside the front door. Little mail catch-all. It looks like maybe it had some information on it at one point, whoever made it. It definitely has a little bit of an older feel to it, so I would say it's probably vintage. These little details are just string, painted string details. Love the way it looks, love the color, has a little bit of a primitive styling to it, and I always have luck with that. Red, primitive, sells in one of my booths, so this will go over to the booth. I paid $2 for it, and I'll probably put about 12 on it, 12 or 14 maybe. And I picked up this little trinket dish. It's a little kind of catch-all for your rings. It is a Cracker Barrel piece, and it was $2. I think the color just got me. Horse things and that color, they'll get me every time. So I thought that was a pretty good pickup for $2. Also a booth item, probably at the Whimsical booth. I will put information on the screen here, what they're going for. Next, I hit the mug section and I found just a couple of things. One is this Rough Life mug. So cute. It is a 2016 Tri-Coastal design. Now, I've run into quite a few things from Tri-Coastal design, and they're always really cool. They have fun designs, and this one is showing a little bit of wear on the inside. Somebody definitely stirred up their tea or their coffee. I might be able to get that out with a little bit of Barkeeper's Friend and a little magic eraser, but it's not bad. It's still pretty clean. And this one will go over to the booth. I'm sure somebody with a Frenchie or somebody who loves dogs or somebody like me who loves this design and this color combination will like that and scoop it up for the right price. And then I found this set of mugs, and this is made by Crate & Barrel. And there are 4 of them, all matching with a little drink on them. So looks like a set of 4 of these will sell for about $25, somewhere between $20 and $25, which just means basically, $5 a piece at the shop. I will sell them as a set. I'll probably put them on a tree because I think they'll look super cute all hanging from a tree. Maybe I'll even do the tree and the mugs all together for one price, since I do have a couple of trees. But really cute. Love the color. Super simple. They were 50 cents a piece. So I paid $2 for the stack, and $2 and a $20 is always a nice little flip. The last thing I picked up at that little Goodwill was this piece. I don't believe it's old, but it doesn't have any sort of sticker or any kind of information to tell me who made it or how old it is. So I'm going to assume that it's modern, but it has a very cool look to it. I'll make it all shiny and clean. And then I might put some other greenery in it, or maybe something that would be cool to feature. Maybe something, you know, natural, like butterflies or fairies or something like that. But I will exhibit something in it. And then again, it'll be all one price. And I paid $4 for this one. It's a nice shape, and I think with something in it, when I include the price of whatever is in it, who knows what I'm looking at. It could be 20, you know, $25, $30, depending on what I put in it. My second stop was at the Talmadge Goodwill, which is right in my neighborhood up the street here. I just grabbed a handful of things. These two little cheese crocs. I have never bought these before, but one of them was 50 cents and one of them was $1. And I thought, you know, I'm about to make some apple butter and applesauce. Maybe these would make a good little container for that. I think I'm gonna need to get some gaskets, but I do love the way they look. And I think if I don't put something in them, I'll probably put them together in one of the booths and put, you know, a low price on it, since I only picked them up for $1.50. I don't think they're extremely old. I do think they're vintage. I don't know a lot about them actually, but I do see them at the Goodwill quite often, oftentimes without the lids or without the metal piece. So the fact that they were complete and they were matchy-matchy in very nice condition, that drove me to grab them. And, you know, for $1.50, I think that was a good price. Then I found these. And if you know me, you know that I don't pass up Crackle Glass, especially at $2 a piece. Now, this piece may have had a stopper in it. Sometimes this shape has a stopper, a ball stopper. I don't see any wear on the glass though, so maybe not on this one. These I will part with because I'm only collecting for my own collection the ones with the clear handles. So these will be up for sale. They may go over to one of the booths, or I may put them in an upcoming live sale. But I will get them all clean and shiny. And it is such a great time of year to have amber glass in the fall. So maybe in the very next sale. I have sworn that I'm not going to pick up any more napkin rings. A bold-faced lied. In this bag are 3 different kinds of napkin rings. Really cheap plastic ones, although they have a cool look. They kind of have that moon and stars look to them. Inexpensive, gold toned, just like a crimped, yeah, not great. But the reason I got the bag is there are 6 Tonala napkin rings. Aren't these pretty? The funny thing is, my mom was traveling in September. She was in Maine and she ran into a bunch of Tonala. And I think one of the photos she sent me had a picture of some of these napkin rings. And I passed on them. Everything that she found was so cheap. By the way, these are signed El Palomar. They have a cute little chop mark right here. The chop marks, this one looks like a little scorpion, I think. This one has a fish on it. The chop marks are different artists, by the way. So, for example, if you see a piece of Tonala that has Ken Edwards on it, that can just be the studio. The chop marks are actually the different artists in that studio. And there are very few resources out there to match the artist and the chop mark. It's kind of frustrating. If you find one, share it with me. So yeah, 6 beautiful napkin rings. And it's just funny that my mom sent me that photo and I passed on them. I did get a couple other pieces and I will share them here. So now I can truly say, no more napkin rings. The last thing I picked up was at the counter. I think somebody decided to return it and I saw it and thought, that's really pretty. It holds a 4x6. I was hoping maybe Richard's cards would fit in here because I've been looking for some frames that I can display some of his cards. If you don't know my friend Richard, he has a vintage card company. It is out of the UK. I will link his information down below this video. He makes some amazing cards, y'all. He goes and he hunts old, like Victorian era, Edwardian era, beautiful Art Deco prints and like old postcards, and he turns them into the most wonderful cards. I have bought some actually to sell in one of my booths, and I was hoping to find maybe a collection of frames that I can frame some of his cards to show people like these don't just have to be gifted and used as cards. They can be displayed forever because they're art. And unfortunately, this one will not work. It's a 4x6 and his cards are 5x7. If you're a fan of his and you've been missing him, he's on TikTok. Y'all, he's on TikTok. Go find him. I can link that below. I will do that too. He puts out TikTok videos and he's really grown a nice audience there. I'm really excited for him, and I hope that maybe he can even like draw some of that traffic over to his YouTube channel and get them invested and involved in the whole house and barn adventure that happens here. So yeah, go check him out. I think that he is now going to influence me to do some TikTok because he's just having fun with it. And I love the idea of that short format. I've tried the short stuff and I'll continue to do the shorts over on YouTube. But I am more of a fan of TikTok. I do like get down that rabbit hole on TikTok videos. And yeah, I think it might be fun to dive in over there. He kind of proved that, you know, maybe I'm not too old for TikTok. All right, everybody, those were the things that I found at my local Goodwills on that day when I was just kind of shopping by myself. Oh, one more thing that I found I'm wearing. This is a DNYK New York sweater. It's like a ribbed, I don't know if you can see there. Yep, ribbed sweater with the hair on it. Kind of got this nice wide cowl neck, which I love. Super soft, and it's long. It goes down past like mid-thigh, and it has 2 pockets in it. I love it so much, and I just washed it this weekend and was like, oh wait, I had a piece that I thrifted. I have to go find it. Happy addition to my closet, especially a staple piece like this. I'm sure I will get a ton of use out of it this winter. I have just a few more things that I want to share with you guys. When I was away on vacation, I had a friend reach out to me. He said he got a few things from an estate. His wife was not thrilled with him keeping them. Did I have any interest in them? Did I, I tried to kind of look them up and give him an idea of value because that's what I originally thought he was reaching out for. Like, help, I don't know what to do. What are these things worth? And then at some point he said, do you want to buy them? And not knowing really what they were, how big they were, not being able to see them in person, I just threw him a price. Basically, in my mind, I do the math as to what it's going to take to, sell it, list it, get it to the booth, clean it, all those things, and what I would like to make as far as a return. And then I told him if there's something in the pile that is like mind-blowing and valuable, I will of course share that. So let me show you, because there is one thing in here that I think might have some value that I will be excited to kick him back some money if it does. Oh, and it's this. Feels like it could have been cut out of marble or something. It's not. It's not. It's a resin piece, but it is signed. Here's the signature. Right there. On the bottom, it just has part of a sticker that says Norleans. Now, I've seen Norleans. It's an importer, but I believe this is Italian. And, it's a resin sculpture. And I keep telling you that the resin stuff has value. Whoa. He's kind of mean. This guy is big. He's very cool looking. And it looks like on WorthPoint, one of these that sold a while back sold for good money. Now, it doesn't look like they're selling as high now. I also don't know that I want to ship this thing. It is big and it's heavy. I might list it on eBay and see what happens. It does look like there's some other ones listed currently. And like I said, not for the kind of money that this has sold for in the past. But yeah, we'll see. It is very cool. Let me show you what else he dropped off. This guy is an elephant, of course. He has, I would say, big enough ears that he would be an African elephant. The Indian elephants have smaller ears. I don't see any marks on him except for his mold marks. So he's a big resin piece that was, you know, molded. And then these tusks are added glue or whatever they use to put them in. So don't know, probably going to go over to one of the booths because it's so big. Then there were a couple of these little wall plaques. These have some chippies, some dust. They are made in Japan. So oftentimes you see this lace here, and this is like really kind of filthy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that cleaned out. It's one of those things that, like, am I going to spend a lot of time to try and make them really nice when they're probably only worth, you know, a few dollars? We shall see. This guy is a chalkware piece. He also has a little hook where he could go on a wall. And he's neat. He's definitely got some age. He's got a little boo-boo right here, but it's in this black area of the top of his head where I think I can just use a little bit of black paint. Again, here too, little chippies that I could cover up with black. I think he's worth rescuing for sure. He will come clean. He's awful dusty, but he will come clean, and I can, you know, kind of fix his little boo-boos and probably put him over in the booth for a few bucks. Yeah, he's kind of handsome. This guy is ceramic. Have not been able to find this guy in this size. I love the color and I love the size of him. And yeah, I like that he's ceramic. He's neat. So he will go over to the boho booth. And somebody who loves to decorate with these kind of things is gonna love what I do in a section of the booth come January. Now, I can't remember exactly what I paid for the whole box. I want to say it was between like $40 and $50. And, you know, this guy alone might sell for $40. I'm not sure. He's awful big. So maybe over at the booth, you know, I can put a price tag of him. And that means I've got the rest to kind of work as profit. And that I feel is a fair offer. Of course, if that lion sells for more, like if I sell that on eBay, I'll probably kick John back a couple extra bucks. But like I said, for all my efforts, you know, I have to get it at a price where I'm going to turn profit. So I appreciated him working with me on them and dropping them off. He was not working that day, so he just dropped them off, and that was kind of cool. I came home to a box full of goodies, and they're all vintage and they're all unique, and so that was kind of a cool thing to come home to. So thank you, John. I will do my best to sell these. We'll see what happens with that lion. All right, guys, that is all the things here on Thursday night. Thanks for hanging out with me and checking them out. 2 little Goodwill hauls and a friend box that I hope to make some money on. Thanks again. I will see you next week on Tuesday. Don't forget, I will have a video out on Tuesday, but I will be part of Kat's panel on the Reseller podcast. So please check below for how to get over to her channel and check her out and catch us there. Between now and then, there's a weekend. I hope you have something fun planned. Please be safe though, and I will see you next week on Tuesday.